Jack Frost delights in heated front seats. Rudolph loves the LED headlights. The Grinch over the moon about its fuel efficiency. And his little dog Max is just happy to have some extra help with the 2-motor hybrid engine. Bring home the 2024 CR-V Touring Hybrid and bring home something magical. Available in stock now. Lease any CR-V hybrid for 5.99% for 40 months OAC. See HondaOntario.com.
Marks, this big event is on now. Until December 23rd, save up to 60% on door crasher deals. As Canada's winter destination, save on your favorite brands of winter essentials and gifting items for the holidays. Visit Marks or Marks.com.
This holiday season at Freedom Mobile, get a nationwide unlimited plan on our growing 5G network for just $34 a month for 24 months when you bring your own phone. Yeah, saving is part of the holiday spirit too. Conditions apply. Learn more at freedommobile.ca. Time 3:51.
Time for traffic and weather together on the run. Here's Maria Pardo. This report is brought to you by the Simple Investor. Well, a handful of problems on our major routes right now. On the northbound 410 just north of the 407, the right lane is now blocked with a crash. I do see emergency crews on scene, and that's starting to get slow from the 407. And don't get too excited. Just beyond that, you'll find more delays from north of Steeles to north of Queen. Now on the westbound 403, just west of here, Ontario, now it's the left lane, HOV lane, and right lane blocked with this crash. So it's getting tricky through that stretch. A lot of crews on scene, and it's very heavy from approaching Cawthron as a result. On the westbound QEW, first it's slow west of the 427 to approaching Mississauga Road. And watch out on the ramp to Dorval. You'll find a crash in the right lane. The crews are on scene. Not really seeing much of a slowdown though, just be careful. And then beyond that, it does get slow as you approach Walkers to Guelph Line. And for you rebound QEW, just past Centennial Parkway, there's a crash occupying now the 3 left lanes. So it's starting to get heavier and heavier from approaching Red Hill Valley. On the westbound 401, it's slow as you approach Broad Street to approaching Salem. As you approach McCowan and the Express to west of Kennedy, Burlington to Victoria Park and the Collectors. As you approach Bayview to Avenue, alternating Express and Collectors. And again, as you approach the 400, alternating Express and Collectors to Dixon. And then again through Highway 25. On the eastbound 401, seeing delays from the 427 to east of Kiel, alternating Express and Collectors. A bit of a drag from Bayview to Leslie Collectors. And on the ramp to Lake Ridge, we have a crash in the right lane. Still seeing some flashing lights through that stretch. And that's causing a visual distraction because it's slow on the eastbound 401 from approaching Westmead. On the southbound 404, DVP, that's slow as you approach Shepherd to south of Lawrence. Heading northbound, you'll find delays as you approach Don Mills to York Mills. And on the westbound Gardner, it looks like that volume starting to break up. Now slow as you approach Spadina to west of Jameson. And again from the Humber Bay Bridge to just west of Park Lawn. And on the eastbound QEW Gardner combo, you can expect delays as you approach Mississauga Road to Dixie. And from east of the Humber Bay Bridge to just east of Jameson. Is that a good time to buy investment real estate? Yes. At the Simple Investor, they make sure you get rent every month, have no tenant interaction, and no repair costs. Find out more at thesimpleinvestor.com. And now with your extended forecast, here's Denise Andriachi. Well, 5 degrees in downtown, 4 in Hamilton, 3 in Oshawa with steadier rain than light rain at Pearson, and 4 degrees. So we are keeping an eye on the radar for the remainder of the day and night. Fog develops overnight, some drizzly weather into tomorrow morning. By the afternoon, we should be cloudy and dry. High here 5 degrees for Christmas Eve. And then on Christmas Day, it is really mild. High here 8 degrees, cloudy with some sunny breaks. And then we'll likely see some rain showers develop late Monday night. So we're going to squeeze out the day nice and dry and mild. I'm thinking maybe after a big dinner, maybe taking the kids to the playground. It's just a completely different holiday than last year, where it was blustery, cold, and very wintry-like. It's the complete opposite over the next few days. Very mild. Overnight lows tonight near +2. City News Time 3:54.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Mississauga Hyundai. Navadia's Hyundai is turning up the heat this boxing month. Visit any of their 3 incredible locations. Looking for Hyundai? I'm your guy. Visit NavadiasHyundai.com.
I'm Ron Butler at ButlerMortgage.ca, and now is the most important time in the last 20 years to find the best rate at mortgage renewal. ButlerMortgage.ca is simply the lowest mortgage rate. Always has been the lowest mortgage rate. Don't take our word for it. The #1 mortgage comparison rate site in Canada says ButlerMortgage.ca is the rate leader. Rates are their highest in 20 years. Shop for the best deal at ButlerMortgage.ca. Like number 12118.
Finding the right wine has never been more convenient.
With the City News 680 Wine Club. Each month, our that can deliver 3 premium wines from an Ontario winery.
And this month, it's Reef Estate Winery with their sumptuous Semillon, a rich Merlot Reserve, and a Meritage Bordeaux-style red blend.
Yours with subscription for $99. Cancel anytime. For details or to sign up, visit CityNewsWineClub.com.
Must be 19 years of age. Please enjoy responsibly. Do you have cold or flu symptoms that just won't go away? Doctors say not only is that normal right now, but that you may have to be at a higher risk of getting a back-to-back infection. It's a mix of COVID, flu, and RSV that are all circulating. As an epidemiologist tells NBC News, it can take 2 weeks or more to recover from a respiratory illness. In the States, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention sent an alert to healthcare providers last week, warning about low vaccination rates for COVID, flu, and RSV. Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll check on business with Ari Rabinovich.
This is City News.
Toronto critics are losing their heads over Six the musical. The Globe and Mail raves Six reigns supreme and is eye-poppingly fun. CTV proclaims Six is a royal 10. Six is an upbeat, hilarious, and emotional 80-minute ride on CHFI Radio. Get tickets to Six this holiday season. Now on stage at the Royal Alexandra Theatre in Toronto. Book at Mervis.com.
Protecting your home or business is your top priority. It's also ours. Superior Door and Gate Systems create custom solutions based on what you're looking for. We specialize in perimeter fencing, automatic security gates, pedestrian security gates, even retractable bollards. Everything's done by our in-house employees, including your design, manufacturing, and 24/7 support. This ensures your installation is seamless. Superior Door and Gate Systems, because security can only be measured by what it will save you. Book your free estimate at superiorgate.ca.
That's all for business.
I'm Ari Rabinovich. The last report on consumer prices for this year was released with a headline reading of 3.1% for November's CPI, which was the same reading for October, and economists have predicted a slight decline. Royce Mendez is managing director and head of macro strategy at Desjardins.
Well, the headline inflation rate was disappointing insofar as it didn't fall. When you look at the core inflation measures, it does suggest that the Bank of Canada is getting control of price pressures, and hopefully, if we saw a few more months of this, we could see central bankers begin to discuss at least trimming interest rates in a gradual way to start pulling interest rates lower.
When looking a little closer, what does this CPI report tell you about inflation?
When we try to think about the underlying pace of inflation, really the price pressures that are very persistent and due to things in the economy under the control of policymakers, it looks like inflation actually did cool down a little bit. The Bank of Canada's core inflation measures decelerated slightly and are looking like they are getting more consistent with a path towards the Bank of Canada's 2% inflation target.
So if progress is being made, when might the Bank of Canada start cutting interest rates?
Our forecast is for the Bank of Canada to start cutting interest rates in April, and then at each of its subsequent decision dates to lower the policy rate by 0.25%. Our projection for the end of 2024 is that the Bank of Canada's policy rate is at 3.5%, so 1.5 percentage points below where it is today by the end of 2024.
Royce Mendez is managing director and head of macro strategy at Desjardins. And at the City News Business Center, I'm Ari Rabinovich.
Last-minute holiday shoppers, this one's for you. Boxing Week is here early at CSC. Save up to 70% on a collection of gifts everyone is wishing for. Plus, interest-free easy pay payments on all electronics. Get blowout savings and wrap up your holiday shopping today. Shop now at csc.ca. Exciting offers every day. Boxing Week is on now at Walmart. Find amazing deals like the Keith House 3.0
betting can guarantee a win. Learn more at gamblingisrandom.ca. A message from the Responsible Gambling Council.
City News Time, 4 o'clock.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is City News 680 everywhere.
Good afternoon. It is Saturday, December the 23rd. I'm James Mackin.
I'm Sarah Carioni. Here's what's making news right now.
Moneris says there is another day of network slowness nationwide, causing issues at stores all over Canada.
It's Super Saturday, one of the busiest shopping days of the year. Can I buy your hand? Your hand. See, the last 1,000s are expected to head out to malls, grocery stores, and LCBOs.
Shoplifting continues to surge, and the Retail Council of Canada is sounding the alarm about a possible Grinch-worthy weekend before Christmas.
Your police are on the case searching for a suspect after a shooting in Vaughan left a man fighting for his life in hospital.
The Leafs and Jackets in Columbus, the Flames and Canucks out west, and the Raps will play some Jazz at Scotiabank. Sports at 15.
And coming up in business, how a younger workforce is impacting the business decisions of one low-cost airline.
City News Time, 4:01.
That means it's time for traffic and weather together on the one. Here's Maria Pardo.
Thank you, James. This report is brought to you by Richmond Hill Toyota. Well, a couple of things are clearing, but first we have an update on the westbound 403 just west of Huron, Ontario. We are still dealing with this crash. However, the left lane and HOV lane have now reopened, so it's just the right lane that's blocked. So things are starting to get better slowly, but still pretty jammed from approaching Cawthra, so just keep that in mind if you're heading that way. On the westbound QEW, we have volume from the 427 to approaching Mississauga Road. Some great news, that crash on the ramp to Dorval has now cleared. Things are looking a lot better. It does get slow as you approach Walkers to Guelph Line. And more good news for Erie-bound QEW past Centennial Parkway. That crash has completely cleared. I am still seeing a bit of a slowdown though from Red Hill Valley, but that should be easing very shortly. Just pack your patience through that stretch. On the westbound 401, it's slow from Dixon to approaching Salem. As you approach McCowan and the Express to west of Kennedy, Fridley to Victoria Park collectors. It gets slow as you approach Beatty to Avenue, alternating Express and collectors. A bit of a break, gets slow again as you approach the 400, alternating Express and collectors to Dixon, and still seeing it's busy through Highway 25. On the eastbound 401, first we have slowdowns from the 427 to east of Kiel, alternating Express and collectors. Events to that from Young to east of Bayview and the Express. And on the ramp to Lake Ridge, it looks like we're still dealing with this crash in the right lane. It's causing a visual distraction, and it's causing a slowdown for you as you approach Westmead. On the northbound DVP, you can expect delays as you approach Don Mills to York Mills. And if you're heading southbound on the 404 DVP, that's slow as you approach Shepherd to south of Florence. Westbound Gardner still busy as you approach Spadina to west of Jameson, and from the Humber Bay Bridge to just west of Park Lawn. And on the northbound 410 north of the 407, it looks like the right lane remains partially blocked with a crash, but no longer see any delays through that stretch, but it does get slow beyond that from north of Steeles to north of Queen. Richmond Hill Toyota, get a $500 Amazon gift card when you finance any used vehicle. Let Richmond Hill Toyota jingle your bells only till Christmas Eve. And now with the forecast, here's Denise Andriachi. We still have that light rain. We're seeing it break up a little bit, but we're still in for some wet weather as we move through this early evening. And then later tonight, some fog patches developing overnight with some drizzly weather. As temperatures fall, and there's still a bit of precipitation in the area, there's still that chance of a bit of wet snow mixing in. It's very light, but the roads have been wet all day, so you still need to adjust your driving according to the weather for the remainder of the day and night. Tomorrow, we will have a quiet weather in the afternoon. It's cloudy and near 5 degrees. Right now, at Pearson, it's still 4, and it's 4 in Hamilton and 4 in Oshawa. The overnight low +2. City News Time 4:04.
Breaking news about a potential payment issue across the entire country. Well, for a second day in a row, Monera says it is experiencing issues. The payment processor says it's monitoring intermittent network slowness that may impact transactions, but it says all systems are operational and the company is monitoring.
Dan Kelly, president of the Canadian Federation of Independent Businesses, tells City News the situation is brutal and couldn't come at a worse time.
These are the busiest possible days for the retailers, restaurants, small restaurants, independent service businesses across Canada, and to lose access to a method of payment is just outrageous. This is so harmful to small businesses.
that are trying to eke out a year under very difficult circumstances.
Kelly suspects many businesses that use Moneris will be looking to switch to a different provider, as this is now the third major outage since September. Yesterday, there was an outage for several hours affecting shoppers on the busiest shopping day of the year. It was resolved just before 5 o'clock. Stay with City News 680 for the latest on this developing story.
Well, considering the story we just reported on, you might not love hearing this, but we've all been there. You think you've got all your holiday shopping done, and you realize you forgot that one gift with only a day or two left until Christmas. Well, 680 Sophia Vavaruzzo's breakdown where you can and can't go on this Super Saturday and Christmas Eve.
Shoppers at Sherway Gardens tell City News 680 all the crowds are making the task of grabbing last-minute gifts even harder.
It's really, really busy.
Been a couple stores where we've walked out because we don't want to wait.
Interops predicted that yesterday was the busiest shopping day in Canada this year, with more than 5 million transactions recorded, but today and tomorrow are not expected to be far behind. A survey shows that more than 27% of Canadians who are stressed about the holidays are feeling that stress about getting Christmas gifts for loved ones. And this year is the most intense it's been in a while. It's expected to be the busiest Christmas weekend at malls since 2019. If you don't get all your shopping done today, just keep in mind that most malls, including Yorkdale, the Eaton Center, and Vaughan Mills, will operate on reduced hours tomorrow. Sophia Vavaruzzo, City News. And the Retail Council of Canada is warning what could be a nightmare before Christmas for some storefronts this weekend, as shoplifting is expected to spike. 680's Michael Williams reports.
Anytime sales increase, theft can increase.
Greg Wilson is the council's director of government relations. He says security and staff have a harder time figuring out who's stealing or trying to steal when stores are full of people. And if these are successful, it can be crushing for some retailers.
Means that they have to spread that cost amongst the other goods they sell to the regular customers. You know, it's often said, but we don't sort of pause and think about it. Every consumer is paying the cost of all that shoplifting that's going out there.
Now, in the last 3 weeks, the DPD has recovered over $100,000 worth of stolen goods while arresting more than 260 shoplifters. Wilson adds that retail theft in Canada has tripled since the pandemic. Michael Williams, City News.
Christmas 2023 may go down as one where you can actually dine outside. It is mild today with a guaranteed high of 3, and this warm-up will continue, culminating with what's looking like a partly sunny day on Christmas with a high around 8. Here's our weather specialist, Denise Andriaggi, with a look at what we can expect.
Tomorrow, we're mostly cloudy with some fog patches impacting visibility, but the trend moving forward through Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, and even beyond is mild temperatures. Aside from the drizzly, foggy conditions on Christmas Eve, we're actually expecting a pretty quiet stretch.
And a quick reminder about our City News 680 weather guarantee jackpot, which now stands at $27,100.